I have an issue with weight classes as a whole. As so for women in particular, I think that the international standards are quite barbaric, and we don't have, first of all, enough of weight classes. And as women are in this world, the gap between light heavy to heavyweight, like that's kind of crazy. And I do think that maybe standardizing weight classes, more weight classes might be a thing. What do you guys do in Europe right now? Because you have multiple weight classes. Just I don't know the framework for women. I know the framework for guys.
Well, first of all, we have complete equality in terms of number of weight classes for men and women. I definitely agree with you that on World Championship wise, the low amount of weight classes is something I would very much like to see changed. If upping the upper level for women's heavyweight is the right way to go, sure, maybe. 80 kilos is fairly light for a light heavyweight. Maybe you can increase it to say 85 or maybe 90. But that's not where the major innovation needs to be in my eyes. It's the lightweight. Like, look how high the lightweight. Like
That's for
lightweight for men
both
is
men
85
and
kilos.
women. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love
Oh yeah,
77 and 70
because
kg. I
I'm
think
getting to
that
the
that's a
women. Like,
perfect.
yeah, absolutely. And like for women, for instance, it's 65. It's ridiculous. That's so high.
Correct. That is extremely high. But at what point is there too
Well,
many weight classes where it waters down the sport?
We're looking at participation, and then we're looking at the average adult female. They can fit those light, heavyweight spots, but they're just not doing sports. So the issue isn't really about that. I think the ones that are doing the sport are light, the lighter girls. They're active, they're athletic. They do need those extra weight categories for them because that's where the participation is right now. But if the sport was to grow into, say, national sport, like one of my stable members, she's over in Japan as a uh, school student, and it's in their national school still. Yeah, hanging in there. It's not, from what I've heard, it's not as even, traditionally used over in Japan. Sumo wrestling anymore. So it's a difficult one. Like until it really becomes adopted by more practitioners, it's gonna be a hard one. Like we can guarantee we're going to fill the heavyweight spots in men's, and with the lighter weight, it's a bit more of can we fill those spots with the men? Maybe not as easily with the women. We could.
I think in America we have a slightly different issue where our heavyweight women is a pretty full division, and there's a need for something under, so like 90 kg to 100 kg is a good break for the our particular demographic.
well, we have a bit of the opposite type of situation going on. In terms of for us, if we had capped the if we had light heavy at 90 kilos, we wouldn't have a heavyweight. I mean, like we would. I mean, Team Norway we would have one, and the European heavyweight circuit would be just extremely capped off. You would have like at least three quarters of the heavyweights currently wrestle heavyweight would not be in the heavyweight division if you made light heavy say 100 kilos. So because like again that comes from the background of these athletes, like they haven't rolled into sumo as like adults. They started off typically, or they come into sumo as adults, but they're fighting sport athletes from their kids, and then they have become heavier, as they grow to adults. But they are typically like double digit kilos, are like European heavyweight. I mean, not necessarily European champion heavyweight, but like the two athletes that they sent to European Championships, many of them are double digits kilo wise. That's not uncommon at all, and they have won like their qualification in their countries. In terms of like the lightweights, our lightweight categories for women, let's take the women's side, is 50 kilos, 55 kilos, 60 kilos, 65, and then it's the world weight classes. So you have three lightweight classes under the world weight classes for women. For men, you have added a 92 between 85 and 100. I think these are very good weight classes in terms of like the athletes that we see, and again that's because we recruit from other fighting sports, other combat sports. So they typically come in at say whatever fighting weight they have there, and just transfer straight over to the sumo weight class. Our lowest for women matches the lowest for Olympic wrestling, slightly above the lowest for judo. That's for the Olympic. That's for the European circuit. When it comes to World Championship, like innovation for like what should be the next weight class added to European Championship, I could be keen on raising the top division for women to maybe 85. That I could definitely see how that would accommodate some athletes who are genuine athletes. They just like are slightly above 80. Racing any above that would severely cap the numbers, especially from the European countries. I think because you'd have more women in the 90s who would start cutting to the light heavy, and it would essentially the heavyweight division would be very capped off. But introducing a new lightweight is just so important for on the world stage for our sport. And I think that for men, I would go as low as 70, because then you get that actual lightweight athletes. There's so many great athletes out there who are like weighing 70 or in 60 something, and the tempo would be intense. It would be like it would make the current lightweight division look like a middleweight, like a lumbering middleweight. Like these guys, it would be a firework. It would be amazing. For women, I think the right would be probably 55. Adding a 55 would capture the actual lightweight women. We have That's two weight classes on the European circuit, and they are heavily competed for. If you see, well, I mean, we have the current European champion at 50 kilos, Ramona. I mean, one hell of an athlete. But also, if you just look at, say, Team Poland or Team Hungary or Team Ukraine, and look at their lightweight 50 and 55 kilo women, holy shit, man! Like that is that's some speed monsters. Like they absolutely great athletes, agile. It's gonna really add to World Championship sumo wrestling if they get involved.